Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Happy Sadguruvar. Just now we offer bhog to Baba and now we'll be listening from Didi. And then our series continues. Today is day 18. Self-Sovereignty. The title is God Indra, holiest of holy. An elevated sanskar, angel, fairy. Now we'll be listening from Mohini Didi.
With lot of love, I took bhog for Baba, and Baba also, with great love, accepted bhog, and also Baba was sharing drishti of lots of love, but also power. Baba kept giving us drishti, and after a little while, Baba said, children are making good efforts because this is the time that you can, not only you can, but you need to accumulate everything, all the treasures in the self, because there will be all the time circumstances, situations, but also personal karmic accounts settling. So children who have all the treasures of knowledge and powers, virtues, they will keep using. And Baba said actually when you use them, they accumulate more. By using anything, you're not going to lose it or it won't go waste. But then if you waste it, that means you are not able to use it. Baba said then it won't accumulate. It's a very subtle point. Baba said that use whichever virtue is required patience, use it, required love, use it. Because this is the time also for settling. Baba said, as you all had been practicing how to be nirsankalp, right? Baba explained us nirsankalp, habit of not keep thinking, keep thinking. So same is there is something called akarma. Akarma really means where you are not creating any more bondages, like neutral thoughts. These are neutral actions. So for that, Baba said, whenever anything happens, don't use your old sanskars. And you have to completely come out of the past. Because past will always try to block your progress. You have to move forward. You have to create your future. So Baba said for that one of the greatest lesson or mantra you have to remember that you have to be consistent. You have to be constant. But children become, they make effort, then they become careless. When they become careless, then again the old sanskars emerge. But this is not the time, Baba said, for these kinds of games or to waste our time. So what you have to do, just remain consistent. Your efforts, your remembrance, and when you are consistent, not only you are stable, but you are constantly also progressing. Progress is important, improvement is important, moving forward is important. And all that can happen when you are consistent. So I said, Baba, we all keep aim to be consistent, but still fluctuation happen. So Baba says, when will you all stop it? Hmm? So I said, I think we all want to stop it. So Baba said, look at Brahma Baba. Hmm? Did he fluctuate? I said, no. So Baba said, that's how you all have to be. Always, always keep Bab Dada in front of you. Don't look at any soul for efforts because it's your own. You have to reach to destination. Mhm. It's not that someone will take you there. Baba is with you, but you have to reach to destination, and that destination is that you have to be forever sada or consistent. So today Baba wants to give children this blessing that be consistent, but don't be careless and fluctuate. Baba said children are all good, they're making efforts, but in between, two things. One is carelessness, other is the past. Mm. You have to say completely goodbye to the past because you don't want to go in the past, right? You have to go to the future. So future means progress, and so Baba is giving you the blessings or again reminding you what you have to do. And but Baba has a lot of still love for children because children are making efforts. And then Baba gave lots of love for each one of us. So when I was offering, while that I was in between asking Baba that why intellect is pulled anywhere, whether to a situation or to a person, anything. Baba said intellect is pulled. One of the reason is that your intellect is not constantly engaged in churning the knowledge to be with Baba, creating different experiences. It's very, very important to keep your intellect very, very busy. We had been listening about Nirsankalp. Did you all notice your chart about being Nirsankalp? Hmm. Because whenever we study something, uh, the test will also come, right? And when test come, then you know what is the percentage that you are able to be Nirsankalp. Hmm. So I remember today during day, twice I really kind of looked at, can I be Nirsankalp now? But just reminding myself that stop here, be Nirsankalp was useful. Because then when you remind yourself what you have learned and what you have to do, it helps. But if you just keep going on and don't even think of what you're learning and what should be your lesson or practice for today, then you won't even be able to not only control, but you won't know what's the percentage, right? So how many of you tested your stage of being Nirsankalp? How many of you did? Let me see hands. Did any situation came where you had to be Nirsankalp? Hmm. Was there anything which keeps going on and on in your mind and you had to say, just be Nirsankalp? So if it didn't happen or it happened, but it will need lot of practice because that stage of being Nirsankalp will help us then in our actions also, in our words also. So Baba just was like, we underlined that it's important. But then also Baba had been, giving directions, and that we have to be in soul consciousness. And in soul consciousness, be very careful with the eyes. Of course, it's not that everyone will have body consciousness, I, in the form of man, woman, or brother, sister. It could be many different ways. If you look at someone's face and that person has different kind of expression, so internally you will react or it will affect you. Mhm. But how to keep this drishti of soul consciousness? Not only it will help me, but it will help everyone else. Look at everyone as a soul. Look at everyone as a peaceful soul, as a loveful soul. So, of course, we are keeping chart for uh, mind, intellect, and sanskars, but also we have to keep chart for our eyes. Because eyes also, Baba said, deceive you a lot. But in the same way, we have to also keep chart for mm, our words, that means what we speak, how we speak. So these organs also uh, are influenced by our sanskars, because we see from outside, but there is sanskar inside. So they combine it. They become both together. So if I have to be angel, I have to be fairy, right? Mhm. So we should always remember one of the important quality Baba is saying. Sometimes it does happen that somebody says something to you and you feel, you react, or you feel that I am not being appreciated, or I am being criticized, or mm, we say praise and criticism. One needs to have lot of patience in that. I have to remain stable in my self-respect. According to drama, for us to pass with honor, both types of situations will come. You will get praise, people will appreciate, and you have to just check that, is it my ego is growing, or I am just becoming more and more humble. Because if you have purity, more you achieve, more humble you feel. You really feel inside that it must be Baba's blessing. It's my fortune. And then you think, how do I share fortune with others? But if somebody criticizes you, mm, that also you should be okay, no? Not only criticism, sometimes you are blamed for something, and that's not true. So what you do? You keep patient, because truth is truth, right? So to be stable in both conditions, whether it is praise, whether it is criticism, if these situation doesn't come, how will you know that you have patience, you are stable? I could just say yes, yes. Oh, I am always same whatever anyone says. But when practically it happens, so what we should do? Baba is saying have patience. Because if you lose patience, then you get angry in some way, whether you will non-cooperative way, you are angry inside, You will react and say something through words. You will distance yourself from that person. You won't have that spiritual love in your heart. So anger for us is not like Lokik people anger, but different ways, subtle anger is expressed, and which is visible, creates that kind of atmosphere where there are no just feelings. Even I might say this others doesn't have feeling, but I always remind myself, if I have to be flower, I have to be flower, right? Doesn't matter if others are not. Will I also become thorn? No. Why should I? Whatever reason. We always give example of one of the, if you just have one uh, very thin essence stick and you burn it, how much fragrance it spreads. Why can't I be that? For whom I am waiting? For others to change or I have to change? Why should I have this? Why should I change? Why should I be cooperative if other one is not? You take chance, no? To move forward. Whenever I used to ask Mama, why this Sam is, Mama said, it's a race. You move forward. You pass with honor. Baba will give you more. Baba will give you a word. It's not the souls, it's Baba will give me a word. So there will be definitely situations. Then in reality, I will know where I am at. And really, really, if we are in soul consciousness, internally, if anyone does anything, you feel sorry for that soul because it's karmic account. But for myself, just remain stable, Baba's remembrance, immediately give lot of good wishes to that soul because that was your test, right? So let me pass with honor in my test. Not allowing me to be affected, or not just okay, don't say anything, then what? Still it's there, right? So, Baba, when you will read Murli tomorrow, Baba is saying no anger at all. Mm. And it's really, really good for us, very good. As much you stay calm, peaceful, your concentration and your creativity. Because our whole concern should be, how do I become worthy? How much I can do for Baba if I am focused, I have concentration, I am creative. It's not question of who gives me chance to do it. We all have chance all the time. But internally, very subtly, frustration is because I'm not able to connect with Baba. I'm not experiencing deeply within belonging from Baba. So what should I do? If I keep my heart clean, if I have no frustration, and very lovefully I sit with Baba, and you will feel how Baba loves us. He's giving help, He's giving power. So this kind of struggle inside also creates that conflict outside. If internally I'm satisfied, I'm very happy because my yoga is good and I'm making good efforts. Because then you will be able to be more worthy instrument of Baba. And every opportunity we get for service, every opportunity, little or big. That's my learning, that's my experience. So I say yes. I know in my Brahmin life, I have really done things I could never imagine I could. It's only because I said, I am being trusted, let me do it. Yes, I will do it. Go give lecture, go do this, do this, whatever it is. Because in our time, see, there was nothing like, there were some who will say no, but not like good candidates and good children, they won't say. So we want to grow, we want to progress, we want to, you know, expand our abilities, but how? First you will say yes, then you will do it, and while doing, there might be always some difficulties, but that's where you gain experience, you move forward. I can't just sit back and, oh, this might happen, that might happen, then what? Will you never grow? So all of us have, I always say we have to blossom, no? And that's only possible by mm, being cooperative, being okay. Baba is asking me to do something. Let me do it. It's not we know, many tasks, it's not we know everything, but how will we learn by doing it, no? Mhm. Unless you want to remain as you are forever. But that's not our happiness, no? So how to allow different situations, circumstances, keep using knowledge, power of yoga, pass with honor, keep moving forward. So your personality blossoms. You become all rounder in thinking, in spirituality, in actions, everywhere. So to be angel really means not only to be above everything, but always available. Angel is any second, every second is available for service. And that's what Baba had been saying, service is important. So let us all have determination that we want to keep growing. Very, very important. That's inner happiness. And always remember, nobody ever could stop anyone. But I don't allow myself to take whatever is opposite or is challenging, use powers, move forward. Right? So we all have to be angels. Who else will be? No, we are Baba's children. We have been given tasks. So we are fairies. We are definitely angels also. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much. It was nice spoke message. And now we'll be listening from Gayatri Ben for tomorrow's homework.
Evening, everyone. So, first of all, I'd like to say what a beautiful message from Baba, followed by Sister Mohini's class to help us prepare for tomorrow and also to keep reminding us of our near Sankalp stage. But first, I'd like to read this featured experience. And this featured experience is about what Baba described, I think, today in when he says becoming detached and loving, in the blessing when he was talking about becoming unique, that nyara, that totally detached state, and then we end up being loved by God and really becoming unique. So this is a process which I'm calling the lotus life, detached and loving. but it was sent by someone, and I'll mention her name at the end, and I will also mention where she got this piece from. But it is a piece that it's a process in which we really become detached. And it's good to know different ways that we can go through our relationships with our body and with the world and everything and become detached. So here, this is how it goes. I release my parents from the feeling that they have already failed me. I release my children from the need to bring pride to me, so that they may write their own ways according to their hearts, that whisper all the time in their ears. I release my partner from the obligation to complete myself. I do not lack anything. I learn with all beings all the time. I thank my grandparents and forefathers who have gathered so that I can breathe life today. I release them from past failures and unfulfilled desires, aware that they have also done their best to resolve their situations within the consciousness they had at that moment. I honor you, I love you, and I recognize you as innocent. I am transparent before your eyes, so they know that I do not hide or owe anything other than being true to myself and to my very existence. That walking with the wisdom of the heart, I am aware that I fulfill my life project, free from invisible and visible family loyalties that might disturb my peace and happiness, which are my only responsibilities. I renounce the role of savior, of being one who unites or fulfills the expectations of others. Learning through and only through love, I bless my essence, my way of expressing, even though someone may not understand me. I understand myself because I alone have lived and experienced my history. Because I know myself, I know who I am, what I feel, what I do, and why I do it. I respect and approve myself. I honor the divinity in me and in you. We are free. And this is an ancient blessing that was created in the Nahuatl language, spoken in Mexico by the Aztec people, First Nations. And it deals with forgiveness, affection, detachment, and liberation. And it was shared by Sister Prabha from Connecticut. And I thought it was beautifully written and said, when we have to detach and when we have to clean after detaching, so the true love can really be in our hearts. And so let's prepare now for tomorrow's homework, and I will be brief with it. Hopefully I'm not going to take too much time. And so it's from Baba's Murli, which is tomorrow, day 18, December 11th, Friday. And the title I chose was God Indra, the holiest of holy. And the elevated sanskara, Baba said in the Murli Angel, but it's also, he spoke about the paris, the fairies. And so the awareness of God Indra, I thought would be very good for us to use as a context with our three cooperative companions tomorrow. And Baba is talking about Madhuban. And he says Madhuban is the home of the Father, the holiest of holy. No one is allowed to come here without permission. This is not a tourist place. In a short while, the laws will become very strict because this is the holiest of holy places. Shiv Baba is also called Indra. This is the court of Indra, Madhuban. People wear a ring of 9 jewels. There is an emerald as well as a topaz included in that ring. But all of these are names given to angels or fairies. You souls are angels who fly, and this is your description. Baba is also called Indra, the god of rain. This is the rain of knowledge, and no one but you, and no one but the Father can give you knowledge. And this is your aim and objective. And bearing that is an awareness, we will now check to see what it is we have to do tomorrow with our mind, intellect, and sanskars. So for the mind, you will check. Baba is saying you may think as you go along that you may never fall. But you do fall. Why? And then he's asking us to check the reason that we may fall and change it. So the change is the 5 vices of being your enemy for half the cycle. And they take you into body consciousness and they slap you and you fall. And the key one, and Sister Mohini talked about it today and Baba elaborated on it, the mind is deceived by the senses and particularly the eye. And this is why Baba is the boatman and he takes our boats across. And even though it may be rocking, it will never sink. So the change has to come from this understanding so that we don't fall. And the intellect, Baba is saying, and this is in the question answer of the Murli, what are the signs of those whose intellects have firm faith in this godly mission, and how can you discern those signs? And then he gave a lot of points, but just a few I'll mention. To change, so that the changes that we will see in discerning those signs will be they will be very patient when dealing with praise and defamation. They will never get angry. They will never look at others with a body conscious vision. And they will live like lotus flowers, and they will never have any desires. And then he says those intellects with faith will be victorious. And then the final one is the sanskaras. So we'll be checking our original sanskaras. And do they shine like those paris, those angels that have been remembered as the 9 jewels? So do they have that shine of attraction? And in checking that, we look at ourselves, particularly at the level of sanskaras. And Baba is saying the seed, the star of the soul, and the conscious form is made to shine by the Father with knowledge. Indra raining that knowledge, and this shine cannot be extinguished. And he was also saying the shining star will attract you when you continue to pour the oil of attention into the lamp every day at Amrit Vela. And when the oil is poured into the lamp, it constantly remains lit. And Baba is asking us to pay attention in this way would mean to instill in the soul the Father's virtues and powers so that we could become that angelic light. So these are the 3 we'll be looking at, and we're going to connect them to Baba as God Indra, raining the knowledge on us, but also setting the laws. And we're also going to be in our angelic stage. So enjoy and practice and be the ones that attract. Good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.
मगर हम हमेशा तुम्हारे रहेंगे। न ये चांद होगा न तारे रहेंगे, मगर हम हमेशा तुम्हारे रहेंगे। न ये चांद होगा। Om Shanti. Welcome to our Vikti journey. Today is our Sadhguru Baba's Day. Happy Sadhguruvar Day, Ancestors Day, the beauty of Brahmin life. So let's see what's new beauty we have brought to whole Avekti Parivar. Our beloved Father is the most accurate world server. And just like him, we also have to be accurate in every action we perform. So today, we will be showing you how to prepare vegetables that we use for Brahma Bhojan. So first, let's all invoke Baba and start off by washing our hands thoroughly with warm water and soap. After wiping our hands, we make sure that our hair are covered with a net. And we also wear an apron so our clothes do not get dirty. In order to maintain cleanliness, we also wear gloves. We also clean our table and make sure that the surface is all clean and tidy. Now we will see how we can clean and wash our vegetables accurately before we start the process of cutting them. So first we will clean our corianders. We remove all the dirty parts and the roots. We put the corianders in a bowl. We wash them thoroughly. Remove all the excess water from the bowl. Clean the bowl again because it collects all the dirt on the bottom surface. Then wash the corianders thoroughly again and repeat this process for at least 3 to 4 times. Then leave it on a clean kitchen towel and let it dry. After washing thoroughly and properly, now we are ready to cut them. So first, we will chop the corianders. Cut it from the middle and chop into small pieces gently and accurately with a knife. Leave it in a kitchen towel so that the extra water will soak in a cloth or a paper. Now we will wash okra or bhindi. Wash it thoroughly under the water. Rub with your hands to make sure there's nothing sticking on it. And now strain it and leave it to dry. Before we start cutting the okras, we take a clean cloth and wipe it off. For okra, there are 2 different ways of cutting them. We can either cut the okra into 4 pieces from the middle, or we can cut them in round pieces. Cut it according to the size required by making sure it is consistent and accurate.
Now we will clean our cabbage. Remove the outer layer of the cabbage, including any dirty part. Wash the entire cabbage thoroughly and let it dry. For cabbage, we remove the hard part. We cut it in a long, small, and thin pieces, making sure that our cutting is consistent and accurate. For carrots, we wash the carrots first thoroughly. We rub with our fingers to make sure there is no dirt sticking on it. Remove both the edges and peel out the skin. After peeling out the skin, wash it again. Rub it with your hands. If we are cutting them for salad, we cut them into small round pieces. For rice or any other vegetables, we cut them into square pieces. For spinach, it is very important that we take out any dirty parts and the roots and keep it separately in a clean bowl. Wash it under running water, then remove it from the bowl and put it in a strainer. Then wash the bowl again to make sure there is no dirt sticking on the surface of the bowl. Again, put it in a bowl, wash it thoroughly, and repeat this process at least 3 to 4 times, and then leave it on a clean kitchen towel to let it dry. Now we will cut the spinach. Cut the size that is required, and making sure that the size is equal and consistent, and then leave it in a kitchen towel or the cloth to dry. So this is how we prepare all our different types of vegetables properly and accurately for Brahma Bhojan. Om Shanti.
What words comes out of our heart? Of course, we all know how to cut vegetables, but here the purpose of this showing is when we come to Baba, it's not just the cleanliness, but what kind of vibrations we are putting into. Because not only cooking, but when we clean vegetables, when we cut vegetables, if we have Baba's remembrance, our pure and clean mind and heart, that brings a lot of pure vibrations, and as well as it brings perfection. So outside cleanliness, inside cleanliness, which can bring lot of good vibrations into food, and that can serve many souls. So the purpose of this to show that whenever we do, even if it is the smallest task, we have to make it perfect and make it with Baba's remembrance, right? Anyway, thank you so much to our Vikti team for bringing such a beauty of Brahmin life. Now, let's get our Swaman for tomorrow. फरिश्ता ऊपर से नीचे आए, अपना कार्य किया और उड़ा। फरिश्ते क्या करते हैं? यही करते हैं ना, उड़ती कला की निशानी पंख दिखाए। कोई आर्टिफिशियल पंख नहीं है, लेकिन ये फरिश्तों को जो पंख दिखाते हैं उसका अर्थ है फरिश्ता, अर्थात उड़ती कलावर। तो फरिश्ते स्वरूप की बधाई स्वयं को भी दो और दूसरों को भी। सदा फरिश्ते स्वरूप के स्मृति में भी रहो और दूसरे को भी उसी स्वरूप से देखो। फलानी है, फलाना है नहीं, फरिश्ता है। ये फरिश्ता संदेश देने के निमित्त समझा। तो क्या करेंगे? क्या मुबारक देंगे? फरिश्ते स्वरूप की मुबारक।
Let's all practice to give greetings of angelic form to ourselves and others, and experience that I am an angel. Everyone around me is also an angel, and I'm always surrounded by angels.
This is very, very nice practice actually. It doesn't take any effort. Of course, considering ourselves as a soul and looking at others as a soul, but this is also even easier. I'm an angel, others are angels, and we are all surrounded by angels. So, this is our Suman, and now when we remember Baba, the song which you will be listening, I would like to just give you an essence of that song. It's a very beautiful song, and it's quite, in the world, like in the Lokik world, they say that there are 7 wonders, right? So they go to see those wonders. But here, Baba has created the wonder. And if you have heard this word, Vishwakarma, the one who creates a new world, and it's a kind of a story about that also. But Vishwakarma is like Shiv Baba did it through Brahma Baba. But there is the biggest wonder in this world, and which is created by Vishwakarma. It's Baba. It's our sweet, sweet Madhuban home. So that's the song you'll be listening soon now, and it's accurate to our Soman also, because when we went to Madhuban, whenever we think about Madhuban, it's like the angel world, right? All white, 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 white. So bringing just those beautiful memories and experiences will also create this stage of angelic form. Okay, now let's go into that experience.
Om Shanti, everyone. Everyone stay happy and healthy. Take care of yourself. And every night we say thank you to Baba. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. And thank you, Avyakti Parivar.